What is up, Park Hoppers? Welcome back to another Park Days podcast episode. I'm your host, Ryan, and I'm here with my co-host, Charity.
What up, guys?
What is up indeed? Today, we are doing the episode that made me want to start doing podcasts. The episode that brought the fruition of starting this podcast into real life. Our HHN hype list update.
Just our Halloween Horror Nights podcast before Halloween Horror Nights. Just us talking about the houses. All the houses are officially announced, and yeah, we'll talk about our
everything's
hype list.
announced. Everything's announced. I think the only things we're missing are food and
Food, yep,
merch
that's it.
just recently dropped. So I think we're gonna have to do another episode
Well,
that's just focused on food and merch.
Probably food and the tribute store.
Oh yes, because that opens up very soon. We have dates for all of that. We have tribute store annual pass holder previews open up on August 25th. We have Dead Coconut Club that is also opening up on August 25th. And yeah, we are so close to Halloween Horror Nights. There are literally like 2 weeks left. When this
21
episode is out,
days.
there's 2 weeks left.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so crazy. It's coming up
the next
so
episode,
fast.
the next episode after this one comes out on team member preview night,
which will come out a day before Premium Scream Night.
Premium Scream Night, yes. But I think we should just get right into it. So I'm going to go first. We're going to start with the houses in order of release date, going all the way back to March. I know we already talked about this, but it's nice to have a little recap and just have everything in one episode together. So the very first house was Jack and Oddfellow Chaos and Control. That was March 21st, 2026 at MegaCon. And you know, the forces of horror collide. Every Scream has been leading to this. Discover the unsettling origins of Jack the Clown and Dr. Oddfellow's undying rivalry before stepping through a portal into a wickedly twisted Oddverse. You'll be caught in the middle as these two icons of terror pit chaos against control, and find that their forces of horror are most fearsome when combined. Together, they make the infernal circus of nightmares, which spells icon, which we will get into the infernal circus of nightmares a little later on.
All right. Our second house announcement was May 21st. It was the Sinner's House. You're in for one bluesy bloodbath. In 1930s Mississippi, libations flowed freely and guitar screams filled the air at the Smokestack Twins juke joint. But the blues become red when Remick's troupe of bloodthirsty vampires crash the party and test blood's true bonds as you brave this terrifying haunted house based on the award-winning original film Sinners.
The next one we got was Stranger Things 5. It came out June 17th. The final chapter. The Upside Down is invading Hawkins, and there's this time no one's safe. In this haunted house based on the final season of Stranger Things, join the gang in Hawkins for one last adventure as you try to survive Demogorgons and the Mind Flayer. Will you defeat Vecna once for all?
All right, so our fourth house announcement was HR Blood and Guts presents a Halloween Frightacular. We got that June 22nd.
Yeah. That was the very first house of Originals Week.
Big screams on the small screen. Your favorite, oh my gosh, there's this word again that I couldn't say last time. What was it? Maitre Demacabra? Or Mater Demacabra returns to WKNB with a special Halloween Scareathon. Tune into this haunted house complete with ghouls, gore, and all things fright that keep you coming back for more.
It's so good. Next, we have Madlands Caged Cannibals, which was announced on June 24th. You're at the bottom of the food chain. The animals might be gone, but animalistic violence is inescapable. Try to survive a defunct zoo that has become the deadly domain of warring cannibal factions in this haunted house.
Our sixth house announcement was Cybergoria on June 25th. Immortality comes at a cost. Awaken thousands of years in the future in this haunted house and brave a cold world driven by machines with a singular goal to make you live forever, even if it kills you.
Next is the last original house that we got, which was Invasion Alien Abduction, that was announced on June 26th. Extraterrestrial and extra terrifying. Make contact with horrors from worlds unknown in this haunted house where a ship full of greys have torn apart a remote homestead in search of fresh test subjects. That moves us on to the last three IPs that we were waiting to get announced. And so, Charity, do you want to kick us off with the first announcement that we got after the originals week?
Yeah. So our eighth house announcement was Hellraiser. In this haunted house, based on the original Hellraiser trilogy, enter a realm of pure pain where Pinhead and his tormented Cenobites derive derive their hellish pleasure. Listen, I I'm not gonna say that I don't like Hellraiser because I've never seen it. The only thing that I know about Hellraiser is from the one episode of Rick and Morty where they kind of play off of the Cenobite characters and they do their whole thing in Rick and Morty, but that's all I know. I'm gonna pass this one to Ryan because he has recently watched it. Ryan, what are your thoughts about this house? Yeah.
So, I just recently watched all three of the movies doing my Halloween Horror Nights homework and watching all three of the movies.
Yeah, I'm bad. I don't ever do Halloween Horror Nights homework.
The first one, I watched it. I was like, what is this? I was only going into it with the knowledge of a sex box and Pinhead. So I was a little bit disappointed watching the first movie and realizing and learning that Pinhead really isn't the main villain of this first movie. He's he's like a secondary antagonist. He's not really like it's not like the Cenobites are not the main focus in this movie, and I think that was definitely very interesting. So watched the first movie, I was like, oh, okay. I don't really understand why people like this so much. Then I watched the second one and I was much more entertained by the second one. The Cenobites definitely did have a larger role in this movie. And I think that was what intrigued me the most. We also definitely go into, is it hell? Is it some other kind of realm they go into? I don't know. But you see more of that in the second movie. And I saw Halloween Horror Nights potential in that second movie. And then the third movie I thought was just absolute trash. So I'm excited to see how they blend all three of the movies together into one. If we're going to go in like chronological order, or if it's just going to be a mashup of everything, or if they're only saying the first three because after the third one, the movies kind of go a different route, which we definitely saw with the third movie. It goes a completely different route.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, after like sitting and thinking back, I'm definitely excited for Hellraiser now. I like the movies more. I think I might even go back and rewatch to see now that I know certain things about the movie. Do I enjoy it more than what I initially went into?
Yeah. Only thing I know about Hellraiser is that one episode of Rick and Morty. Nothing else. So I'm interested.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be a fun house, if anything. Not against it.
Yeah. We're going to
But
move
yeah.
on to the next announcement. And that is Evil Dead Burn. It was announced on July 21st. Fan the flames of evil. An internal force has taken hold of a family home and it's hungry for its next victim. Dodge Deadites hellbent on bloodshed in this haunted house based on the new film Evil Dead Burn. Charity, I know you don't do your Halloween Horror Nights homework, so
Well,
you have no idea.
that's not the reason for this one, but yes.
But like, still, you don't do your Horror Nights homework, so you don't know anything about this house or this movie. All I'm gonna say is I don't know how they're gonna make this into a haunted house. It definitely Like the gore and the kills and all of that are there, but the movie takes place in a singular, like pretty much in a singular house.
Okay.
So I don't know how they're going to translate. I feel like, yeah, if you're just going through different rooms, I don't know. The house is probably going to start halfway through where the movie started. So that's all I really know. It's very much just there
Yeah. Yeah.
because just like The Exorcist Believer, the movie was garbage, but the house was extremely good. So we could have that again, or the house just could be as bad as the movie.
The movie. Yeah. You know how I feel about demonic possession and all that kind of stuff. I don't like it. So this house will probably be a one and done for me. Just to say that I did it. I will not enjoy it.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for saying that you will do it
That I will do
instead of
it.
just and not just being like, "Oh, I'm just not going to do it at all."
No, I will do it.
All right, and so then we have one last announcement that was
Yeah.
announced less than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So our 10th house that was announced was the Ozzy Osbourne Prince of Darkness. Let the madness begin. You're in Ozzy's world now. Bow to the throne of the Prince of Darkness in this haunted house inspired by the twisted mind of one of rock and roll's greatest legends. So I am more excited for this house than we previously talked about. Um, it was said that Ozzy did have some input on this house. So I mean it'll be a fun house if anything. Um and a lot of my Halloween Horror Nights outfits this year are based off of bats, which is really funny. So
S-
I feel like I'll, people are gonna think that I'm doing
You're
that
there
for the
for the
Aussie
for the
for
Ozzy
a
house.
Aussie, yeah.
Which
But I'm not. But
speaking of bats in this house, I was interested to learn that instead of us seeing Ozzy eating off a bat's head, we're gonna see a giant bat eating a human head, which I think is going to be really interesting. And that's the
that's
only
really
thing I know
funny.
about this. That's the only thing I know about this
Yeah,
haunted
it's the only
house.
thing we know.
But they did say that some of the albums that will tie into the haunted house are The Blizzard of Oz, Diary of a Madman, Bark at the Moon, No More Tears, Scream, and Ordinary Man. And also some imagery drawn from The Ultimate Sin and Black Rain. And if any of those sound like a connection to you, that is awesome. It means nothing to me. And I didn't, that's, it got announced less than 2 weeks ago. I didn't get to do any Halloween Horror Nights homework on Ozzy Osbourne yet. I tried to listen to a little bit, wasn't in the right vibe to listen to his music. So I will have to definitely just lock in and watch a bunch of music videos to fully understand this house, which is interesting to say that I didn't have time before this episode because this house got leaked 2 different times.
Which was really funny.
It got leaked as an ad on Pandora, and it also got leaked by the acrylic set piece for the carousel. The acrylic piece for the carousel got put out a whole 2 days, I think, before the house announcement.
Yeah, yeah.
So the fact that the house got leaked twice
And on Pandora
and on Pandora is crazy. I think it's because I feel like we were supposed to the announcement for the Ozzy House
was
was
supposed to be
supposed to happen
yeah,
a while
yeah.
sooner, but I think a bunch of merchandising delays caused the delay on the announcements.
Because something we saw while going through the merch the other day was that the Halloween Horror Nights symbol isn't on the front of the shirt like the rest of the houses except for on the tag.
Oh yeah, no, there's yeah, the Ozzy Osbourne merch, which this might just be a deal thing because I don't think it's at Halloween Horror Nights on any of the weekends merch, and it might just be like a
Oh, just for
studio
like
music artist thing.
studio thing. Oh, okay.
Is that they can't have the Halloween Horror Nights. Like it has to purely be Ozzy. Halloween Horror Nights is not on any of the merch, not on the preview merch, not on the merch that's out now. He is, though, unlike the weekend, on the houses t-shirt. So this is one of the first years that we have all 10 houses on one t-shirt. But that's, unless you have anything else to say about the Ozzy Osbourne house, that is the end of the houses. And we're going to move on to scare zones.
Yeah, that was all I had for Ozzy, but yeah, for scare zones, our first scare zone is Infernal Carnival of Nightmares. So, Jack and Dr. Oddfellow invite you to step right up and see what horrors hide inside every shadow at a sinister spectacle decades in the making. So, yeah, this is going to be the scare zone that you first walk into after walking through the front gates, walking under the very short arch,
Well, the
and
short
yeah,
arch is part of the scare zone. That
well,
ticket booth in that arch is the entrance to the scare zone.
still, once you walk through it, you'll get to see all of. I'm actually not sure 100% what is in this scare
W-
zone.
I mean, not much has actually been put up for the scare zone. We have the arch entryway. It's way better than the year we had Sinister and Surreal. We actually have stuff. There's a ticket booth in front of the archways, the giant neon sign. We have our podiums with the different IPs, which just kind of like last year, how they had the statues of the different IPs. This year, they're they're just like podiums. They're really cool. They remind me of my first year or my second year of Halloween Horror Nights when they had similar podiums up of the different IP houses. It says Halloween Horror Nights 35 on one side, and then it kind of goes back and forth between the
Do they do
different.
something like that every year?
Not every year. They did it in 2019,
Okay.
and then they didn't do it in 2021 because that was an anniversary year, and they did that was the 30 years of fear, and that
Okay.
had like it just had a bunch of scare actors from all of the other scare zones. That was definitely a weird year because we would think that we would have the icons in that scare zone because
Yeah.
we did have their banners on the walls, like on the sides of the scare zone, but we didn't actually have them in the scare
Interesting.
zone.
Because,
But there's a piece
yeah.
of merch that says the Infernal Carnival of Nightmares, and it has all of the icons on it because Infernal Carnival of Nightmares spells icon. So with that merch piece having the icons on it, I'm interested to see are we going to get all of the icons in this scare zone?
I feel like that'd be really cool. There's a lot of icons I've never seen before.
I would love to see all of the icons in one scare zone. I don't even care if the scare zone is scary. If we have all the icons in it and like physically there and not just like banners or whatever,
Banner.
I'd
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
We're going to take a right to our next announcement in the Hollywood section, Sideshow of Decay. It was announced a day later, so on July 14th. Cindy's time has come. With Dr. Oddfellow's dark sorcery, she has opened portal in the carnival's junkyard, using it to resurrect decayed nightmares from the past that are back to haunt you. Which this is the scare zone I feel like we have the most set pieces right now. We were just there yesterday, and I feel like we have so much in that scare zone, and it feels like a carnival junkyard. It feels like carnival graveyard, that house from 2018. It it just has so much. It has a bunch of pieces from different Halloween Horror Nights houses. It has a bunch of Down the Clown pieces, which is that game where you have to throw a ball at the clown and knock them over. There's a bunch of Down the Clown pieces all over the place, and they also have
Yeah.
versions of the icons like the director, Lady Luck, the storyteller, the usher. And there's probably more that we didn't see, but I'm wondering maybe if we don't get them in the icon or the Infernal Carnival of Nightmare Scare Zone, is this going to be the only representation we have of the icons?
I hope
We
not.
do we do know that the caretaker will be in the scare zone because the caretaker is Cindy's father and he will be in there. I know you said that one of your fears is that this year all sounds like clowns.
Well, I'll get
And
into that later.
but I feel like it's not with this one because you're like, oh, sideshow of decay. That's also like it's a carnival junkyard, but it doesn't state that it's going to be carnies. It says she opens a portal in the carnival
when
junkyard.
when you see more clowns in this, you'll take it back. That's okay. You'll take it back.
But that's what I'm saying. Is it's saying resurrect decayed nightmares from the past of HHN. So I'm not expecting clowns. I'm expecting scare actors from past HHN scare zones and houses.
Okay, I can see where you're going, but still, she's opening a portal.
She's opening a portal from HHN's past into a carnival junkyard. It's not saying she's opening a portal from a carnival junkyard here. She's opened a
Oh,
portal from HHN's past into the carnival junkyard.
yeah. I don't know.
The
It
description isn't telling me carnival
anything.
other than that the setting. The description is just telling me that the setting that we are in when we're walking through is a carnival junkyard. Does not mean that the scare actors in the scare zone are going to be carnivals. I'm expecting only 2 or 3 clowns in the scare zone, and I'm because of a popular Halloween Horror Nights characters, Treeks and
Oh,
Foons, and their clowns.
yeah.
But that's it. I'm not expecting any other kind of carnival like character.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll get more into that with our next scare zone. Oh,
In our next scare zone.
our next
Our
scare
next
zone.
scare Charity, do
Oh,
you want
not
to
our
kick us
next.
off?
Not,
Do you want to kick us off with our next
I
scare zone?
I guess I meant the one after, but I will kick us off with our next scare zone. So our next one is Fort Nightmares. Woo! We've been
Woo!
we we have been so excited for this one. I I know in the past we have said that we're not excited for it. We are really excited for it. We have come
We'll
around
we'll,
to
we'll
it.
talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about why we're excited.
Um, so trudge through the scare zone and brace for the storm because there's no telling what horrors it'll bring with it. I'm really excited for this one. The fact we walked through it the other day, there's not too much going on.
There's more stuff that got put up today.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Well, I will have to look into that. But originally, there wasn't a lot of props around, but Ryan just said that there are more now. I don't know. I'm really excited. I really hope they do because what it looks to that it's gonna be like is you're gonna be in the storm. So they've got a lot of fog machines, really big fans, lights in the trees to look like we think lightning. And so I hope they make
There
it
are a
very
lot of lights.
foggy.
There are a lot of lights in this scare zone, and so I'm thinking like that's to like color the fog purple.
I hope they put a lot of fog because they've got lights to make it look purple. If you've ever played Fortnite, you don't want to be in the storm, but I want to be in the storm. So, I'm excited.
I'm excited for the scare zone in a way of I'm excited to see how they bring it to life. It's cool to see that we aren't just going to be walking through a Fortnite POI with a bunch of Fortnite characters. We are going to be like they're putting more into it than just Fortnite characters.
People dancing.
People dancing, people holding their pickaxes. They did say that the POI, which POI means point of interest in the game, they did say that it's going to be Freaky Fields, which was a POI, I think, chapters ago, which we're in like chapter 7 of the game. So this was like chapter 5. We had this location called Freaky Fields, which was a cornfield. And I'm bringing that up because if we get hit by a hurricane this year, it's because of Fortnite. It's gonna come out of nowhere because of this. As soon if it we truly have Freaky Fields and they're waiting till the very last moment to put up the corn stalks in the scare zone. As soon as that corn stalks come up, we're gonna get a weather alert saying Hurricane brewing in the Pacific
Hurricane,
Ocean.
yeah. Oh, no.
But I'm excited to see how this translates. Like Charity said, there's not a lot in the scare zone right now. Another piece came up today, but it's still not like a lot.
Yeah.
I will say I know not everybody's excited for this scare zone, and I'm sorry
People
for
are
anybody that
mad.
applied to be a scare actor at Halloween Horror Nights and got told that they have to be a
Have to be a
banana.
Fortnite character. That's so
I
funny.
do feel I do feel bad for those people, especially if they're like, I'm gonna audition and I hope I get Pinhead. I hope I get Remick. No,
Nope.
you're Peely. You're a
That's
dancing
so
banana.
that's really funny.
Yeah, no. Moving on, we're gonna now we'll get to talk more deeper into like the clown stuff and the whole thing because our last Scare Zone announcement is Downtown Clown Town featuring Art the Clown and the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. The city that never sleeps becomes a waking nightmare when it's overrun by killer clowns from outer space, Art the Clown, and other clownsfolk who can't wait to tear you limb from limb.
That's
This
so
this scare zone
awesome.
is the scare zone is huge. That's all I have to say. The scare zone is huge,
Well, it's in New York. That's always a
but
very
it is bigger than New York. It is not just that one street of New York that goes across like the
the
Mummy
mummy.
and all of that. It is the entire New York scare zone, like, or the entire New York section is a scare zone. Because I mean, we as of
Oh, it is. Oh, I understand what you're saying. I don't even think I realized that yesterday when we were walking down past Transformers and like around. Like that didn't even process in my brain that there was art stuff right there.
yeah, that was terrifying. There's a stage for Art the Clown and like Christmas stuff. It says Santa on the podium, which I think is really interesting to see Christmas stuff being put up for Halloween Horror Nights, but it makes sense when it comes to
Yeah,
Art the Clown and Terrifier 3. And his unmarked van is there. And Delancey Street is still under construction, but I'm hoping that that
they'll
ends very
finish it.
soon
Yeah.
because I feel like that's really gonna break up the scare zone is if those construction walls are still up. We'll see as time comes, but there's gonna be clowns everywhere, everywhere. I'm excited. I can't wait to go into our hype lists so I can explain why I'm excited for this
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, I'm super excited for um Killer Clowns. Excited to see them again.
From outer space. You're not excited to see killer clowns, but you're
I'm not
excited to
excited.
see killer clowns
Thank
from
you.
outer space.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Because originally, when we did our first Halloween Horror Nights update, I said that I wanted Killer Clowns from Outer Space as a scare zone because I wanted it just them as a scare zone by themselves. But Ryan told me no, and so then we edited it out. But I was right. I was right. We did
You were
have Killer
semi
Clowns from
right.
Outer Space.
You were semi right.
Semi right, but still, we still are getting Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes, you are
And
semi right
I
because we are still getting killer clowns from outer space. But when we were talking about it, you were like, "Oh, like, what if the entire New York scare zone is killer clowns?" And that's the thing is
listen,
that they wouldn't.
I'll take a win. A win is a win. We're getting Killer Clowns. That's win is a win. I'm not excited for Art. I didn't see him at all last year with him roaming around. But there's no way for me to go see Killer Clowns from Outer Space without probably having to see Art, and that's really gonna make me
Well,
upset.
no, because that's the thing is I genuinely do not think Art the Clown is going to be anywhere
A walk
but that
over.
stage. I don't think
Oh,
he's
you
going
don't
to
think
be
he's
anywhere
gonna
but that
walk?
stage. I don't think he's going to be a roaming character because of all of the stuff that happened last year with the roaming with Art
Well,
the
he
Clown
wouldn't
as
be
a roaming
roaming,
character.
but he would still. If that's the case, I'm all for it. You guys can have Art.
I don't think he's going to be off that stage
Interesting. Okay. Yeah,
because
I'm
of
fine with
all
that.
the harassment that happened last year with the roaming character. And then also I feel like they wouldn't want IPs getting mixed up. Like I don't know.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Like I don't think that they want Art the Clown and Killer Clowns from Outer Space to
Hey, maybe
clash.
Art
Maybe.
is a killer clown from outer space. We don't know what he is.
Yeah, we have to find out in
Maybe he's a
Terrifier
Cinnabite.
4. Maybe he is a Cinnabite.
Look at me making hell rip. No, not.
I
Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to shows. So our first show is we're getting Nightmare Fuel back. It's gonna be Blood Noir. Embark on a dark journey and resist temptation as death defying stunts lure you deeper into a vampire ridden metropolis. I'm really excited for this. I love vampires, especially with the theming of Nightmare Fuel, how it always is. I'm really excited for this year. I'm
I'm
excited.
excited for Nightmare Fuel. It was my first time watching it last year. I loved it. I loved it so much. And you want to know what's really cool, Charity? They
What?
announced that the Fuel Girls will be there,
Yeah, I know. We saw them hard at work.
but it's announced on their Instagram that they will be there for Nightmare Fuel, which I think is really good, which is really cool because that was one thing that we were worried about when they did announce Nightmare Fuel was how are we going to have Nightmare Fuel without the Fuel Girls? How are we supposed to have Nightmare Fuel? So that makes me really excited.
I'm excited for vampires. I'm really excited.
Well, you'll be happy to hear that the next announcement for the show is also not anything clown related. It is actually
Yes.
our Lagoon show, Stranger Things Return to Hawkins. The music, the monsters, the memories. In this show, tune into a special WSQK broadcast and relive your favorite moments from 5 seasons of Stranger Things. We are getting a show for what we wanted as a haunted house,
Yeah, which
which
is just not cool.
am I not excited? Am I excited to hear Never Ending Story and all the songs from Stranger Things again? Not really. Not really. Like I'm excited to an extent. They have a killer soundtrack, but to hear it 5 times in one night as it is a Lagoon show, I don't know. I was hoping for
5 times in one night will get annoying.
it's more than 5 times. They do more than 5 shows.
But still, like,
But
just
yes.
constantly
Well,
hearing it going.
so and do I think it's too much Stranger Things at this event? Yes. I don't know. Maybe this year will change my mind and maybe I'll be like, okay, in 5 years, can we get another Stranger Things house that's a recap of all the seasons? Maybe this year will change my opinion on that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not excited for the Lagoon show. Here, like, I'm never gonna sit down and watch it unless I'm already, like, sitting down somewhere and I have a view of it. Sometimes I'll be sitting there, halfway through the houses, and if the show happens to come on, I'll watch it from the back, but it's not gonna be something I will go into Central Park to go watch.
Yeah, I think last year was the first year that I actually stopped to watch the show. And I think it was just because it was one of my first nights and I was waiting for my girlfriend to go through the haunted houses.
Yeah,
So I
so you
think
were
I was
just
just
walking
there to
around.
just walk through the scare zones and take pictures and stuff.
But, yeah, that's it for shows. Uh, Ryan, do you quickly wanna just run through
Yeah,
street experiences? We don't
I
have
can just
to.
run through the street experiences. We have the Chainsaw Horde coming back, the roaming pack of chainsaw wielding carnies, same as last year. This year, I would like to mention that Laura Souls mentioned at a UK panel that they aren't strictly in Springfield,
Yeah, which was
meaning they
really
are
interesting to
going to be
read.
roaming everywhere. And she says nowhere will be safe this year. Will that be true? Who knows? She did say that last year with Art the Clown, and then Art the Clown got cut down because of harassment. And hopefully, people, please, please, just respect
Do
the scare
not.
actors. Just
Yeah,
respect the scare actors. They are humans too. While they are dressed up as a killer clown or literally anything, just respect the scare actors. The next street experience we got announced, which it's returning again. Mel's Die-In Zombies, undead car hops roaming near Mel's Drive-In or Mel's Die-In. It's not really, from all the descriptions and everything we've seen, it looks like it's going to be the exact same thing. Unless they change up the makeup design for them and make them look scarier and more like zombies and not face paint
blue.
cartoony
Yeah.
zombies. I'd prefer that. I'm scared of zombies, but I would prefer that over.
See, that's why I didn't really care for them last year. Like, I know a lot of people that, like, actually interacted with them had some really funny experiences, but I'm not big on, like, going up to scare actors and having, like, interactions with them. I like just watching from afar, so that's why I didn't really care for them last year. I just kind of watch from afar. That's why also that's why I don't ever really get scared in scare zones because I'm just watching everyone else get scared, and it's really funny.
It is really fun to watch
So
other people get scared. The last street experience that we got is it's coming back. Club Horror, an outdoor dance and DJ
woo!
party zone with an infected twist. This year, they did mention that it is going to be themed to traditional Halloween with orange and purple. There's pumpkins on the trusses,
Pumpkins everywhere. No little boo
pumpkins
in sight
everywhere.
though.
No Lil Boo in sight.
No little boo in sight.
He might be in a certain thing that I will not bring up because it is a spoiler.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is our street experiences. And that's it. That's everything for the event. We have
That's everything for the event.
everything
Yeah.
for the event.
Well, not everything.
Well, not food and merch, but
Merch,
that's
but
that's everything to experience at the event. All right, so I think it is time to get into our hype lists. We are going to start
woo.
off with shows, then do scare zones or street experiences, then scare zones, and then houses. We're going to go backwards. So we're going to start with least
Least favorite.
to
So
most.
yeah. So number one is our most excited. The higher the number, the least.
Yeah.
You get what I mean. Um, I just want to say, I think, I think because I actually don't know you as well as I think I do. I think our shows, our street experiences are exactly the same. So I'm excited to see. That's my theory.
Okay.
I could be completely wrong. So what's your
My number two for shows is the Stranger Things Return to Hawkins.
Oh my god, I'm shocked.
Everyone act shocked.
Ah, I bet you can't guess mine.
Is it Stranger Things Return to Hawkins?
It is Stranger Things Return to Hawkins.
Wow. So that leaves us
Wow.
with that leaves us
Our
with Blood
number one.
Noir for number one.
Yep. I'm really
Shocker.
I'm really
I'm so
excited for
excited for
Blood
Blood Noir.
Noir.
I'm so excited
Um
for Nightmare Fuel this year. I'm ready for things to get a little scary, a little loud, a little
a little
scary, and even a little
spooky.
sexy.
That's
Is that what they
insane.
say? Is that what they say? I'm forgetting what they
I I
say.
don't I don't think so, but
They do. They say that. They say that in the announcement before the things. They say, and it might get a little sexy. I'm excited to hear Welcome to the Black Parade again.
always so excited. But
Yeah, Charity, do you want to kick
that's
us off with your least hyped
ex-
street experience?
street experience. Mel's Dying Zombies is my least
I
excited.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I figured.
That's mine as well. My least I'm looking forward to because it's the same as
Same as
last
yeah,
year.
same
If
as
it
last
was
year.
anything different, once we rank everything midway through the season, then it could go up. But as of right now, it sounds the exact same.
It sounds yeah. What about your number two? Your second least
My
excited for
my number two is actually the chainsaws.
Really?
The chainsaw carnies.
That is not what I was
I
expecting.
I loved them last year. Don't get me wrong. I loved them last year. Can we get a 2 for 2 on loving them? We'll see.
I think we can. And the fact, okay, so my number two was Club Horror, which means your most excited is Club Horror. And I think
My
that's
most
really
excited is Club
funny.
Horror. So I wanted to explain why Club Horror is my number one is because
Go ahead, try to explain yourself.
it was a lot of fun last year going through it. I definitely want to sit in there a lot more this year. I feel like I want to appreciate the event more than I did previous years.
Okay.
I feel like last year I feel like I was very much house, house, house,
House. Yeah.
house. Have to do the houses, have to do the houses, have to do the houses. And I feel like I didn't get to really take in the ambiance of Horror Nights last year. Laura Souls mentioned that there
Ambiance.
will be a lot more seating in this area, which I'm excited for. Last year there's a few light up chairs, but
Light up chairs. Funny.
there's going to be a lot more seating this year from what it sounds like. I feel like it might be more my vibe this year.
Okay. Okay.
They definitely she said they're going to be playing a lot of throwbacks since Halloween Horror Nights did start in the 90s.
And yeah,
So they're going to
been
be a
around
lot it's going to be
35
a lot of
years, so
throwback music. So it definitely is going to be a place where you'll catch me if I just need a break.
okay. Yeah. And I put
Why do you have Chainsaw Carnies as number 1?
because I like the fact that they're roaming. I've always loved them. I think they're really funny. I like that they're not being just strictly Springfield this year because I feel like Springfield having them in Springfield already was always super weird to me. Like, why are they back there?
I think it was just to put something there cuz
Just to
that was
put
a
the
huge
yeah.
it's a huge gap of
It,
nothing and they can't put a scare zone there.
yeah. So, I feel like letting them wander will be really funny. Um Even if it's just them like wandering onto the bridge, I think that would be funny. Just,
Yeah, I that's my fear is with I hope they're as funny and fun as they were last year.
yeah.
I feel like even though like I would interact with them, if I was walking through, I'd walk on the sidewalk. I'd try to avoid getting scared by the chainsaw just
Why?
cuz I feel like they get me the most. And when I'm trying to go through Springfield, it's most of the time it's me trying to get through Springfield to get to the houses back there.
I think
To
I'm
get to
so
Hatchet and Chains, to get to Dolls, to get to the houses that were back there. That was my goal. So it was never, oh, I'm gonna go through the scare zone or I'm gonna go through the chainsaw horde to purposely get scared. So I would walk on this, like I would walk on the
I get
sidewalk in
yeah.
all the scare zones. If I was locked into getting to a house, I would avoid the scare zones.
Interesting. I don't know. There's something so nostalgic for me when it comes to chainsaws in general because growing up we went to Six Flags Fear Fest and there's just every character has a chainsaw basically. So you constantly hear it throughout the event and so walking through it and hearing them just brings a little nostalgia for me. So I don't know. I like the chainsaws. But yeah, that's it for
That's it for street
streets.
experiences. Now we're
On
gonna
to
get
scare zones.
on to scare zones. Do you want to give what your least excited scare zone is?
My least excited sideshow of decay.
Okay, so I wasn't expecting that.
What did you think it was?
I was thinking you were gonna do Clown Town
No, I'm excited for Killer Clowns
from outer space.
from outer space.
Okay.
What
All
about
right.
you, Ryan?
So, despite how excited I sounded for the scare zone when we were talking about it, Fort Nightmares. Fort Nightmares is my it's the lowest on my list. 3 and 4 we're going back and forth. The entire time we're going through this episode, I switched them probably like 5 different times. But
Interesting.
I'll explain why in 3. But I think it's just the other scare zones just sound stronger. I don't think
That's
there's a scare zone. I don't think
insane.
I'm like everybody else that's hating on the scare zone because it's Fortnite. I'm putting it last because I'm excited for the other scare zones just slightly more. And this could completely change once we get into like actually like ranking the houses and the scare zones and like once the season
Yeah,
starts, this could entirely change. And I for some reason I have a feeling it will.
it will. Yeah.
So what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Downtown Clowntown.
Downtown Clown Town for number 3 after you were just
And
saying,
that
"I'm
was
so excited for killer clowns from outer space."
and I when I made this list, that was originally before it processed in my mind that Art was off to the side. He wasn't actually walking through the main part of New York. Because that's seriously, I don't think you understand how much I don't wanna see that clown. Um, and he's not even a clown. Let's not eat well, I don't like clowns. So yeah, as much as I just don't wanna see that clown at all. And so that's why it was almost my number 4 because of that,
Okay.
but also I'm just not excited for a Sideshow of Decay. Um, because again, just so many clowns. I don't think the whole
Okay.
event is clowns. I think just all of the scare zones are clowns, and I think that's what just
But again, I don't think Sideshow of Decay is clowns.
there's that there's gonna be at least one clown in that scare zone.
Yes,
One
Treats and
clown dressed up.
Foons.
You've got at least one clown there. You're gonna have clowns in the Infernal Carnival. You got clowns in Downtown Clown Town. And honestly, wouldn't be surprised if they put a clown in Fortnite.
But clowns, I don't. Yeah, I mean, if there's a clown in Fortnite mirrors, okay, so what? So what?
So many
They're
clowns. And
sticking with the
again,
theme because we are the whole event. We are in a carnival. The entire event is the Infernal Carnival of Nightmares. We are in a carnival. The whole theming of the event is a carnival. We are literally walking into a carnival tent. Icon is my number 3. This is Icon and Fortnite Mirrors were flip flopping the entire time because I'm slightly excited for Fortnite Mirrors. Icon, after seeing the shirt and seeing all the icons on the shirt, it made me think because they're calling it, they're definitely like trying to show Infernal Carnival of Nightmares spells icon. So I'm thinking this scare zone is going to be the icons. We are going to see all the icons. This is that 35 years of fear where we get just Halloween Horror Nights past and the icons are all going to show up in this scare zone. And it's an entrance zone. I don't think I could put it any higher. I'm excited. I'm hoping that we see all the icons, and that's the only thing that's riding on it being higher than Fortnite.
and that's why I put it as my number 2 is
Interesting.
because I I'm not I haven't seen a lot of the old icons, so if we get a mix of both icons in um the Infernal Carnival plus inside Sideshow of Decay, if we kind of get a mix of icons in both, I feel like that'd be really cool. Um and I'm not sure if you can put 2 and 2 together on what that means my number 1 is.
That does tell me what your number 1 is. My number 2 is Sideshow of Decay. And again, these two are flip flopping. My number 1 obviously is Clown Town. They are flip flopping back and forth because they both are sound so exciting to me. Like I am so excited for both of those. I'm excited to see Horror Nights characters from the past. I'm excited to see Art the Clown again. I'm excited to see the Killer Clowns from Outer Space again. I'm excited to see what clowns are in the scare zone. I used to be terrified of
Tell
clowns.
me about it.
I'm not scared of clowns anymore. I'm excited. I'm so excited for both these scare zones. The set pieces look absolutely amazing. And to know that the tribute store is going to tie into Clown Town specifically
So more
makes it my
clowns.
number 1. Yes, more clowns. So
Yeah, no.
why is Fortnite Mirrors your number 1, Charity?
Because again, I have really been getting into Fortnite recently, so I am really excited for it. And then also, I just the idea and I think having it as my number 1 does kind of scare me because if they can't pull this off, straight to 0, like, it doesn't even get a ranking. But if they can pull it off, if they do a lot of fog, they get the lights right, it looks like there's lightning, if they can pull it off, I'm telling you, it's gonna be so cool.
Yeah.
But watch it absolutely flop, and then I'm gonna be really upset. Because I don't even think I'm not excited for, like, the scare actors, like, I don't care about the Fortnite characters, I don't care about pickaxes, I don't care about the props, I just wanna be in the storm. Um, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
Um, I like that our scare zones are basically flopped,
they're
or
pretty
basically
much
flipped,
they
the
are
exact
almost flipped.
opposite. Yeah,
They are almost flipped. The only difference is Sideshow King,
yeah.
Downtown Clown Town.
But that's it for scare
That
zones.
is it for Scare Zones. I think that brings us to
The main event.
the main event, what we've all been waiting for.
Dying to hear. Everyone wants to hear our opinions.
Yeah, everybody wants to hear our opinions. So let's give it to them. Charity, what is your number 10 haunted house?
Let's all act really shocked. It's Evil Dead Bird.
Wow.
Woo!
Wow.
Shocker,
I am
shocker.
shocked. I am shocked. I am shocked. Because when we were just talking back and forth, you said a different house was your number 10 on accident when we were talking. Interesting because you literally aren't excited for Evil Dead Burn. And the reason you were saying is because I know what I'm getting into at this house. I don't know what I'm getting into at this house. So that's why this is my number 10.
And so I don't want to cut you off and go into my next one, but obviously my next one is going to be Hellraiser. But I was thinking, I was like, Hellraiser is a house I will do more than once.
Okay.
Do I care? Absolutely not. But Evil Dead Burn is something that I'm only gonna do once, just to say that I've done all 10 houses. Um, and I don't know, it could change. Shocker, it might become my number one. We don't know. Is it? Absolutely not. But there's always that chance. But that's why I did end up putting it as my number 10, because it's something that I will only do once, whereas Hellraiser, maybe I'll do it twice. And that's the only I just don't care. Honestly, if I could put them both at 10, they'd both be at 10, but at least
Interesting.
Hellraiser, I mean, it'll be cool seeing the Cenobites.
I'm gonna piggyback off of your number 10. My number 10 is Evil Dead Burn.
Yeah,
I mean, you probably could have guessed when we were talking, like when we were talking about the announcements. I just don't have a care for this house in a way of like, I just don't see how this is gonna be a good house.
yeah.
And I again, maybe it can woo me. Maybe it can woo me.
But
But
chances slim to none, especially with the list we have going up.
especially with
It's
all the
not.
other houses, like my number 9 and number 10 were again, these are the last two. They were flip-flopping back and forth. And I
Yeah,
mean, you could probably guess my number 10 or my number 9. I'm going to say it cuz you went through your number 9 already.
yeah, yeah. Go
But
ahead.
my number 9 is Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, really?
And the only reason being is because I don't know anything about his music or the stuff that he does. And I have it so low because I just like how you were like, oh, with like Hellraiser, I have no idea. I have no clue.
Yeah,
Also, I've only ever done one other music artist house, which was The Weekend, and I hated it so much. It brings me into skepticism on am I going to like another music artist house?
interesting. Yeah, that's fair. That's really
So
fair.
because of the unknown and uncertainty of the house, and just because again, all these other houses, like all the other houses going above this, I feel are so much stronger.
Interesting. My number 8 is Stranger Things 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I can't give my 2 cents about that yet, but
yeah. Again, I didn't really love the TV show at all. I thought it was a dumb ending. I only liked season 3, I think. I don't even remember, because that's how much I just don't like the show. I'm sure it'll be a cool house. I'm not saying that, but it's definitely not a house I'm going to be doing every night I go.
I agree with you there.
I'm gonna guess this is higher up in your list then. Um, 'Cause yeah, I don't know. I'm not super excited. There's not like a character that I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see this character in this house."
All
Um,
I want to know is if they make Vecna's waist as snatched as he was in season 5.
and I think it's so funny everybody always brings up his snatched waist, but I'm like, his rib cage was huge, and that's just so off-putting,
I just
and
want to
I'll
see if his
never
waist is snatched like.
I don't understand. Um, I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it'll be a little bit accurate, anyways. Um, so what about you? Number 8?
My number 8 is Cybergoria.
That's crazy.
I
I'm gonna say that after
again,
every one because I really am shocked.
I I have no I think it's uncertainty. It's uncertainty what this house is going to be. I don't know what the vibe is going to look like. I don't know what the set pieces are going to look like. I know a little bit about what the scare actors look like from the UK panel. But other than that, I have no idea. And the concept just doesn't sound interesting to
Really?
me.
I
The
love the
concept does not sound,
concept.
the concept just doesn't sound interesting to me.
Oh,
And again, I think this year in general is such a strong year of
I
houses. I feel like
know.
I've seen stuff on Twitter of people saying, "Oh, I don't feel like this year's a strong lineup of houses this year, not as strong as last year." I will say last year's lineup of houses was extremely strong. I thought it was extremely strong. I was like, "There's no way that they could beat it." I think this year is on par. I think the IPs last year are slightly better than the IPs this year,
I think the IPs last year were the main hitters, whereas I think this year the main hitters are the originals.
which
Like we'll
is
get into
great.
that.
We love an anniversary year where the
Yeah.
originals are stronger. But I this is the lowest original. I will say that this is the lowest original on my list. Do
Well,
you yeah, do you want to go into your number 7?
my number 7 is Sinners.
Ooh, everybody listening say boo.
No, I think it's so fair. Let me explain
Boo.
myself. Let me explain myself. I still have not watched the movie. And that is my fault. I probably should have watched it before doing my list. But I from what I've seen, like the clips I've seen of the movie, it doesn't seem like a movie that really interests me. And I think okay, so going in let's say I don't watch the movie at all. In my mind, it is just western vampires, which is a cool
Southern,
concept.
not western, it's southern. It's the south. It's
Well,
Mississippi.
oh,
Western is like
I
cowboys. It's
think
not cowboy
yeah, I think I took it
vampires.
as cowboys. Okay.
They're not cowboys.
Okay, so southern okay, so let me rethink this. Okay, so just southern vampires. It doesn't change much for me because it's still in a bar. So just thinking as it as like say it was an original house. It's just southern vampires. I feel like it's a cool idea. I think it's cool, but it just doesn't rank higher than any of
I want you to watch Sinners.
I'm going
And
to. I will. I
if
will.
you, I need you to watch Sinners, and I need you, if you watch Sinners and it brings up the hype for the house. When we post that one TikTok, I want
Okay.
I want in the comments a full blown apology.
Okay. Okay.
I want a full blown apology.
That's funny. All right. I'm just gonna apologize now and say I'm sorry that it is so low on my list. Doesn't even
It's
make
okay.
top 5. Um,
I love how your bottom 4 so far are all IPs, and
I was gonna get into
makes
that.
me makes me think that your bottom 5 are all IPs. But my number 7 is also is an IP, and it's Stranger Things. It's only one up more than you, but it's just because I know what I'm getting into with Stranger Things. I didn't enjoy season 5, so I'm not looking forward to it being season 5. But I love the vibe of Stranger Things, and just like I feel like the Stranger Things houses are always somewhat fun to go through.
Yeah.
There's always a connection that I will have with Stranger Things of like it used to be my favorite show. on Netflix.
And I think that's what I don't have. I didn't watch it as it came out. Um, and that's why I don't care for it. I don't have
I
that
was there.
nostalgia.
I was there when the final episode came out, watched it. I watched the final episode as soon as it came out. I didn't get to go see it in theaters, which made me really sad, but I was still there to watch the series finale. And the only reason it is also so low, even though like I enjoy the show, I feel like the last time we had a Stranger Things house, they kind of flopped it pretty bad. And so it's just this low. And again, I keep repeating myself and I sound like a broken record, but everything else this year just sounds better,
So much better.
so much better.
But yeah.
All right, well, then I'm going to take a wild guess on your number six. Your number six is Ozzy.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Which is crazy. Like what? Okay, so when I was doing this, I was like, is it insane to put Ozzy Osbourne above Sinners? But then I was like, I know more. I guess that's not true. I don't know. I don't I like the color black. It's my favorite color. So in my head, this house is just gonna be covered in black props. So, you know, bats, stages, castles, uh, I think vampire-ish esque,
Gothic. That's what you're
gothic,
trying to
yeah.
say. I think you're
My opinions are my
I think
opinions
your
and they
I
are
think
correct.
expectations for this house are so completely off. Like what you're saying, like I don't think it's gonna be black on black on black on black.
Um, I don't know. I honestly probably by the end of this HHN season, it'll be at number 10. We'll see. Um, but I'm done talking about Ozzy. Let's move on. What's your number 6?
So my number six is Hellraiser.
Okay. Okay.
And the only reason it's at number six is because I don't know what,
We're walking into.
like, I know what I'm walking into, but there's one specific scene that I know is going to be in this house that I really do not want to see.
Okay.
And that's the only thing that kills it. I also just didn't think that it could hit my top five right now because I'm a newer fan of the Hellraiser franchise. I couldn't even say I'm a fan. Like I'm not like I saw the Hellraiser merch and I was like, oh, cool. But I'm not like a
Oh,
fan to the point of where I'm like, I need to get something Hellraiser merch. Am I excited to see the Cinnabites? Yes. Am I excited to see how the house plays out? Yes. I heard this is definitely a white whale for the Halloween Horror Nights people. So I know it's going to be good in the sense that when they are so passionate about a haunted house,
it's a good house.
it's a good house. All right, do you want to go into your number five?
Yes, I
We're halfway
do.
through.
My number 5 is Madlands, and the fact that it's so high up on my list really does make me upset. But I am excited for the house. Like I'm excited to see what they do with this. Um, and like you already kind of pointed out, my top 5 are
They're all
all ori- they're,
originals. They're all
they're all
originals.
originals. Um, and
And so
I
this
think
is the
that's just
lowest of the lowest of
this is
the
yeah,
originals for
lowest
you.
of the originals. Shocker, monkeys don't like them. Um, but I don't know. I think um like the originals this year just sound so good to me. And I'm scared that I might be like I don't want to overhype them in my head and then them all be really bad. Um, but I don't know. I'm really excited. Like, and also listening to some of the creators and the directors talk about them and how passionate they are.
They do all sound extremely passionate about.
And I'm so excited for it. I really am. So Badlands is my number 5. What about you, Ryan?
I'm piggybacking off of you. Madlands is my number five.
Oh dang. Look at that. Look at us having one in the same.
Oh,
That's
then we
probably our
have at
last
least
one in the same, but
I maybe, maybe not. But yeah, Madlands, like you said, they sound very passionate about it. I'm excited to see the concept. I think it's a very interesting concept. I think it's a very
Yeah.
interesting concept. I am this is why it's the second lowest is cuz I am upset that it is animals are extinct. I was kind of looking forward to the idea of having puppets, and even though I hate puppets in a Halloween Horror Nights house, I was thinking I don't know. I just I think it's an interesting concept. I just don't I feel like that's a lot of things with my hype list in the orders is I don't know what to expect in the sense that I
Expect.
saw the costumes. I thought
And
the costumes were cool.
okay. Do the
I'm excited
costumes
to
do the costumes look like they're wearing animal furs?
no,
No. Okay. So that's the only thing that does
but it's
worry me about
concept
this house.
art,
Okay.
so
That's
it's
the only thing
not.
that worries me about this house is that it's just gonna be people jumping at you. And as scary as people are, because people are scary, I don't feel like just splashing some fake blood on them is gonna be super scary. Whereas like, if you had someone that was like coming at you that not dressed as a zebra, but like had zebra characteristics, that's what would kind of freak me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Do you want to go into your number 4?
My number 4 is invasion, alien abduction. I don't know why. You knew what I meant.
I did know what you meant.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Again, we talked a little bit about this house before. Super excited. Um, the vibrating floors, the lights. I don't really want to see just animal parts around hanging on the ground. Freaks me out. But it's a cool concept. I'm really excited for it. And hopefully we'll see no monkeys in this house. So that's why it's higher than Madlands.
Well, you thought that we weren't going to have a same thing, but invasion alien abduction is
Ooh.
also my number 4. And only reason it's number 4, I'm so excited for aliens. I wanted aliens at Halloween Horror Nights for so long. My first year was the year after they did the Invasion Scare Zone, and I was really upset because I remember going to Universal and seeing the set pieces for the Invasion Scare Zone and being like, this is so cool. Like they had a UFO crashed in front of
Oh, you did get
the
to see
exit
that
to
one?
yeah. I got
Oh,
to see
that's
the set
cool.
pieces. I didn't see the Scare Zone itself, but I got to see the set pieces because I didn't go to HHN that year.
Uh,
I was excited for it. But the only reason it's here also is being excited. I'm excited to see what they're do. They're testing the limits on what we are comfortable with this house. The vibrating floors, the lights going through like around like the true home invasion feel of the haunted house sounds extremely scary. And I also don't think anything could break my top 3 haunted houses for this year, at least for the hype list. Like I don't think anything was going to even be able to break them.
but
But yeah, I
yeah, no, I think alien invasion, like you said, the floors, the lights, super excited. They said that they wanted to really make people uncomfortable, and I think I want to be uncomfortable. I say that
I
and
want to test that. I want
watch
to
it be
test
so
how
uncomfortable to the point where it
uncomfortable.
is just like too much.
That's what I'm very curious about. But like I said, I don't think anything could break into my top 3. So Alien Invasion is where lies at 4.
Yeah, I don't think definitely nothing could take away my top one. I had to put two because I had to put two, and then I'm excited for my number 3,
What is your number 3?
Cybergoria.
Interesting,
I think
interesting.
I just the concept of it, I am so excited. Um, honestly, I probably no, I would have never put it as my number 1 or my number 2. Um, I just we don't have a lot of information on it, and I think that's maybe why I didn't put it as my number one. Um, but I like the concept of it. I'm telling you, the idea of being frozen in a bag freaks me out so much. Honestly, it freaks me out worse than the monkeys, and I love that. I love how much it freaks me out. Um,
Okay.
so that is why it is my number 3. And we obviously can't have the same number 3 because you already put Cybergoria way at the bottom. So what you got?
My number 3 is HR Blood and Guts presents a Halloween Frightacular. I'm so excited for this house. If the other two houses weren't on this house list, like if these other two houses weren't a part of Halloween Horror Nights, I think HR Blood and Guts would be my number one.
Okay. Yeah, which I
But
already
my last
know your
two,
last. I know
my
your
last
last 2.
two, so freaking excited for them. But HR Blood and Guts is going to be the campy house this year. This is going to be the campy house this year. It is going to be like Slaughter Cinema. Spoiler alert, skip ahead 10 seconds. Wicked Growth Realm of the Pumpkin, Part 2, Cult of the Pumpkin Lord being in this house. Like, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Would be number one if the other two weren't in this lineup.
It, screw the list. I'm just gonna say it. HR Blood and Guts is my number 1, and
Wow, you're screwing the list.
I'm screwing the
We were
list.
supposed to do a drum roll. We were supposed to do a drum roll for our last
No,
houses, and now you just
because you're already talking about HR Blood and Guts, and I want to talk about it so badly, and then because that already I know what your number 1 is, and your number 2, and I think your number 2 is stupid. Um, but No, I'm so excited for HR Blood and Guts. Like watching again, same
well,
with like the
no. How is
Cybergore.
my number two? How is my number two stupid if we have the exact same number two? You know what?
We
You don't
don't.
get to talk. You don't get to talk about HR Blood and
Oh my
Guts.
god! Wait, we do. Wait.
You don't get to talk about HR Blood and Guts because guess what? My number two is Jack and Oddfellow Chaos and Control, and because you spoiled your number one, I know that your number two is also Jack and Oddfellow Chaos and Control.
Sinners is your number 1.
Sinners is my number one house. Ever since they announced it, I said they announced Jack and Oddfellow, and I was like, oh, Jack and Oddfellow is going to be my number one house. And then they announced Sinners. I was like,
Okay,
Sinners being number.
the movie cannot be that good to have it as your number 1.
It is one of the only 5-star movies I have on Letterboxd.
Really?
That movie is peak.
Movie cannot be that good.
It is so freaking good.
Where can you watch this freaking movie?
Sinners is on HBO Max. I'm telling you. Okay. Anyways,
That's insane. I don't think I would ever put
HR
a
Blood and
house
Guts.
based off of some type of rather TV or movie as my number 1. That's
Listen,
insane.
I didn't think an IP was gonna hit my number one. A lot of the times when IPs don't hit my number one, an IP normally is my number one final ranking of the year,
Final ranking
which is
of the
shocker. I think there's only
interesting.
last year's the first year that an IP did not hit my number one house.
That's so interesting.
And this is what I love about hype lists is because I know this is going to change. I'm telling you now, I don't think Sinners is going to be my number one house by the end of the season.
But it's just the one you're most excited
I'm saying this
for.
now.
Yeah.
But I am the most excited for Sinners. I'm excited to see how they execute this. I'm excited to see how they do this.
Interesting.
Am I upset that it is not in a soundstage? Yeah, I am upset it's not in a soundstage. I'm still freaking excited. I'm still so freaking excited.
Let's take half a step back. We don't know too much about what we're gonna see inside this house.
Yeah, we do.
I know.
Yeah, we do.
Well, okay. Well, we know that we're in Oddfellow's mind.
We're in the Oddverse, yes.
Okay, and we're gonna see Jack's origin story, but from Oddfellow's point of view, which is interesting. Um, which I'm trying to remember however many years ago for last time we saw Jack and Oddfellow, which technically it was odd. Last time we saw Oddfellow's house when he was in charge of the event, and we saw Jack get killed.
2022,
Um, so we
4
have
years
seen
ago.
them in the same house together, just not together. So I am excited to see what they're doing because I know it says that they're coming together.
By
So
the end of the house. By
by
the
the
end of
end
the
of the
house.
house.
So
So
everything so
do you think it's just gonna end there? Like they're fighting throughout the whole house and then at the very end they come together and then we have to wait until another year to actually see them working together?
no, that's what this year's
Or
event is. This year's event is them working together. The infernal so the end of the house is when it's the creation of the infernal carnival of nightmares. This house is the prologue to the entire event.
entire event. Yes.
So everything that happens in this house leads up to what we're getting this year, which is why I'm saying this house is the first
You have
house
to
we
do
have to do.
first, yeah. Yeah.
Like the first house I have to do, I want to do this house first because I would like to follow the storyline. I think it's really cool that we're getting a house that then leads into the entire event.
Tires, yeah. That's why there's so many clowns.
Because when you have a clown and a ringmaster,
I don't see any elephants. I almost said dinosaurs. Elephants, lions, tigers. None of
you
that.
don't know
Just
that yet.
clowns.
We might have elephants. I mean, from a description from one of the set pieces for the scare zone, there's a faint scent of elephant poop
That
in the
is
scare
true.
zone.
That was Clown Town, wasn't it?
That was Clown Town.
So, but I don't know. That's all I have to say about Jack and Oddfellow. I mean, it's so high on it's my number 2 on my list just because yeah, it is. Um, I mean
The icon
I
house.
always I always love the main event house. Like El Artista last year was amazing. Um, but anyways, what I'm saying is usually there's like the main house, and those are always my favorite. So, um, yeah, I'm excited for Jack and Oddfellow. Can I go back to HR Blood and Guts now as my
Yes, you can
number
talk
one?
about HR Blood and Guts now.
I am so excited for this house. I this better be the most detailed, most scary, most fun house
I'm telling you,
this
it's not going to be
year.
scary. I'm telling you, it's going to be the campy house. I'm telling
I
you,
listen, if we get things like I know the Easter Bunny isn't going to be in it, but if we get things like that Easter Bunny and just like other just like things that are just like cuz I don't like blood and guts and like people getting torn apart and that kind of stuff. I like things that are just off-putting. So that's why I think like Cybergoria like I don't think it's going to be a scary house. I think it's just off-putting. It just gives you that sense of flight or fight,
fight or flight.
fight or flight. Um like that's the kind of stuff that I think I like. And so I with HR Blood and Guts, it is supposed to be things that are just off-putting. Things you're used to. So like the original HR Blood and Guts where it was based off the holidays. So just seeing things that are supposed to give you good feeling and making them off-putting, I
But
love that.
that's not what this year is.
And I know that's not this year, but he's doing
I don't want to cut you down on your number one. Like I said,
yeah,
it's my number three. It's my number three, and that's only because, like I told you, it would be my number one if Sinners and Jack and Oddfellow weren't.
exactly. So don't put me down. Get on the train. Get on board. Um really excited for it. But yeah, that's our hype list.
That is our
Let
hype
us
list.
know if you guys agree. Let us know what your hype list is after
Yeah,
listening to us rant. Tell us why we're wrong or tell us why you agree. I'm sure I'll get a lot of comments from my father.
yeah.
But
Just give us your opinions. Let us know what you're looking forward to.
let us know. Yeah.
I'm ready for Halloween Horror Nights. We are so close. We are about 3 weeks away. As recording this, we are 20 days away from opening night.
Yeah, I'm working on putting my outfits together, getting that all ready. Um super excited. My mom's coming down. We're gonna technically opening night. We're doing premium scream night. We're gonna be able to try all of the food. So Super excited about that. So look out for videos on that, reviews on the food. I'm sure at one point throughout the night, I'm sure I'll live stream something and then be posted the next day about the
Yeah, speaking about social media, follow us on
yeah.
on our social medias at Park Days Pod on TikTok, Instagram, and our YouTube channel.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yeah. And follow the podcast. I know I just said follow the social medias, but also follow the podcast so that you don't miss any future episodes.
And we'll see you on your next park day.
And we definitely will see you in the fog.